it is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Roll the window up before she hops out. No, Franny. Franny, take it. Look, Franny. It's the Franny Show. All right, yes, it's a Tuesday, and we're coming off, well, in my case, a 4-day weekend. However, I had to work, but my daughter didn't have to go to school. You know, it's nice that they put those little teacher things on a Friday before a Monday holiday. It wasn't a holiday necessarily for everybody. The stock market was open yesterday. I think banks were closed. What purpose do they have anyway at this point? Be your own bank. Litecoin, sound money for the digital age. Silver ran up to around, $53 an ounce yesterday. I'm seeing Eagles selling for $60, you know, premium, spot, plus spot. Now it's down a little bit today, but you know, you're over that 50 line, which is, turn this down, over that 50 line, which is it's a big line. You know, we've had what people say is a double top. We've had a double top in silver in the 1980, then 2011. Now we're having it again, and a lot of people think it's going to dump, it's going to go down. Then you hear stories of there's nothing left. There's no physical. The refiners are refining as much as they possibly can. The Perth Mint's not selling anything out of Australia. You can't get the silver. May be the case. My thinking is, every time you start hearing it in the mainstream news and a narrative starts to filter out, I'm kind of a contrarian. Yeah, it can go higher, but then what's on the backside of it? You know, you got to look at what's going on in the world. Apparently, we have world peace. Everything's great. If that's the case, usually gold and then silver as a overflow is a fear bid. You know, you want to buy gold to get into get into something safe to protect you from uncertainty in the world. But if you've got the stock market going up, that's usually a barometer of, hey, things are doing okay. Really, all it is a sponge for the monetary system, the money creation, you know. So they print more money, it goes into the stock market. It goes into other things too, but that's a good indicator that the money's flowing. But yeah, the gold thing, I don't know. It could signal a couple of things. It's going up. It was over $4,100 an ounce. That's a lot for a little piece of metal. And so, is it a fear trade? Is it a purely speculative FOMO trade at this point? Are they going to dump on our heads, you know, as we think that everything's falling apart and the dollar's dying? Is it dying, though? I mean, you know, just look at it is. I know it is. Fundamentally, I don't want to be in it. But temporarily, given all this peace stuff and the U.S. being at the center of the world again, which is obvious. I mean, the theatrics and the visuals, Trump is running the show. I mean, he's in control, and all the news tends to support that, all these peace deals. That you would think that would be strong for the dollar, or at least strong for the U.S. Now, is the dollar, or I should say the Fed note, going to be a part of that going forward? Don't know. So it's an interesting set of events here, kind of a little bit of a paradox, to where you've got rising gold and then rising stock markets. I mean, it could just be signaling hyperinflation to where we're just going to print to oblivion, maybe the case. Or is there going to be some kind of reset? I mean, you're seeing the tables kind of getting reset on the world stage. Maybe, just maybe, something big is coming. I feel it spiritually in the other realms, I guess you could say. I definitely feel a shift. A lot of people are motivated and drawn, pushed, whatever you may say, to make changes. I know I am. I know I have. I just feel like I need to. I think that maybe we're on two paths, alternate universes, to where people will continue believing in the things they believed in, and that may work out. And then other people are just choosing to move forward out of the former paradigm, out of this realm of deception, because that's really all we've been living in, is a deception. Living in a artificial reality where everything is created, everything is programmed you. There's no mistake for calling television programming, because that's what it is. It's a spell. Hollywood is casting spells. You know, the Hollywood What is that used for? That particular type of wood, that species. Male person. You can tell if it's a male or a female. It's a male person. But you've got a lot of trickery has been going on. We believed things, and now they're unwinding. The things that we thought were true are not true. What we've been sold really isn't the bill of goods that we were shopping for. So I don't know where we're going right now. All I know is what I can do is somewhat control my life. Somewhat be in control. We've got external forces here that definitely guide me and get in my way and maybe cloud my vision a little bit. These dogs, I tell you. Tilly's so good in the car. She sits over here, and then Franny is just crazy. I definitely have the two paths in my life. One's excited and one's calmed down, and then in other situations, one's excited and the other is calm. It just depends on the situation, I suppose. All right, turn the silver slipper off. Why do I call it the silver slipper? Because it looks like a silver slipper from the side. It's a silver Volkswagen Golf from 2001. And yeah, quite the story. So yeah, we'll see what these markets do. The crypto market, it started to run up and rebound from the crash last Friday. That seems to be, a lot of people are talking about it's a stress test for what is coming. That there are big announcements coming for the crypto space. I think there are. It started back in 2024, July, when Trump was at the Bitcoin Summit in Nashville. And he wasn't real sure about what he was saying. Obviously, it was scripted, and he talked a lot about stable coins, how important stable coins are. And I think that's definitely the play going forward. We're not going to have a CBDC. You're seeing the central banks maybe getting neutered, and it seems like it's going to be more control out of centralized governments as opposed to centralized banking. And stable coins would accomplish that. They still give you the tracking and the tracing and the programming of the money and controlling everything that you do. It's just that who issues those. And does it really matter who issues those if the government issues the license and creates the regulatory framework for it? It can be an Amazon stablecoin. It can be a Walmart stablecoin. It can be, your USDCs, your USDTs. As long as the government is sanctioning it, then what difference does it make? And I think the goal is to soak up all the treasury debt with the stable coins, because if you think about it, you can spend to oblivion and not owe anyone. I mean, really. You get no foreign governments anyway, so you don't have that issue of where these foreign governments can put stress on you by dumping treasuries. And they don't even have that many anyway. Most of it's held domestically, a lot of pension funds, and by government pension funds, the U.S. debt. So, but what you could do is just print up treasuries. Hey, we need $1 trillion. Boom, throw them out there. The stable coins just soak them up. They create new stable coins, and you can pay interest on it, because what difference does it make? Does it ever get cashed out? It just liquefies the system. So if you're a Walmart stable coin, you buy $1 trillion worth of treasuries at 4% interest, and then you offer 1.5% ish interest staking them. And then most people are going to be good with that. Oh, well, I'll just stake my stable coin and give 1.5% interest. Or you can just go out and spend it. Spend it at Walmart, maybe get discounts at Walmart. Spend it anywhere since it's a stable coin. But, if you spend it at Walmart, it's like a rewards card almost, using the Walmart stable coin token. And so you get, 0.5% back on every purchase at Walmart. So I can see how it incentivizes everybody to do this. And really, it can just serve to liquefy the system and soak up the debt. Does it really need to be paid off at that point? And so why are we paying taxes again? If they can just create the money out of nothing like they do now? You really don't need to. All that is an energy drain. It's an artificial energy drain that we volunteer into, and we send it away. And in fact, we don't even choose to send it away. We kind of opt in unknowingly when we get employment, and the employer is the arm that's forced, because, they have to have their licenses and participate with the government. So, hey, guess what? You're going to do this for free and collect all this stuff from all the people you have working for you. It's like running the plantation. So it's just a big picture. Is that all changing? I don't know. It seems like there are signs. There are things changing, as I said, at a very cosmic level. And I think that those energies bleed into what's happening in our everyday lives. So, yeah, big things are changing. Big things are coming. It's just, where will it end up? Are we at a crossroads where we have to make a decision? Are we going to volunteer into a slave system that completely controls everything we do? Digital frameworks can do that. The technology for digital can do that at this point. Or are we going to break free and say, you know what? Not my path. I let all that go. I don't absorb any of that energy, and I just ignore that. And you do your own thing. And you do like I did last night and go stock up on a few ribeye steaks, from a local farmer. And, do things like that. Build those local connections and build out a new community of like-minded people who just aren't going to play the game anymore and just exit the matrix. And I think we're at a point where we just choose to do that. Choose your own adventure. It's kind of where we're at. We've always been able to do that, but I think now more than ever, more people are seeing that and awakening to that. We choose your own adventure. Those little stories when you were a kid, Raul, go left or go right, and whatever you do, you turn to the next page that it says, and you get your fate, and you go back and do it again. Well, there are no do-overs in this one. Just learn and move on and accept it and absorb it and be who you are and in full honesty and truth and don't care. I mean, really, let go of care. Let go of those things. Just know that what you're doing is leading you to where you need to be and who you are. And everything's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. Just learn from it. All right. Hope you have a wonderful day. Love you all. Trust yourselves. Always do that. And always look at the bright side of life. Make it bright. You are that light. All right. Until next time.